It's Rosie here at Just Chill Baby Sleep, and today I'm talking all about dream feeds. So I'm going to cover what they are, how you do them, are they helpful, and should you really be doing them or not. So what is a dream feed? So a dream feed generally describes a feed that you give your baby, either bottle or breast, normally before people go to bed. So it might be sort of 10:30, 11 at night. The idea behind it is you manipulate when your baby's taking the next feed. So the idea is, with some babies, if you do this feed, you then get their nice long chunk of restorative sleep after this feed, and you get longer before they would wake up again. So for example, if your baby was waking at 1 AM, if you did the feed at 11, they might go through till 3 or 4 or 5. So that's kind of the theory behind it. They can be really useful if you are struggling with sleep and your partner wants to get involved. So if you're bottle feeding either breast milk or formula, it can be really, really helpful if a partner can do a feed at 10:30, 11, so that mum can go to bed nice and early after the bedtime feed, let's just say 7 PM for example, and then a partner or someone else, friend, family member, could feed the baby about 10:30, then the baby might sleep through till 3 AM. So then mum potentially gets a nice long chunk of sleep. And that's one of the key benefits to it. If you're exclusively breastfeeding from the breast, then you're obviously going to struggle to do that. But it might still possibly work for you to extend your baby's sleep that first chunk at the beginning of the night. So research does tell us that they can extend your baby's sleep across the night, but it doesn't always work with everyone. So just to warn you, some babies it doesn't work with. Now the key to a dream feed is you don't want to wake them up completely. The idea is you just put them to the breast or you put the bottle to their mouth. They have a natural suck reflex, so most babies will take a feed. If they won't take it, don't do dream feeds. They're not for your baby, they're not for everyone. If they take it, great, you can see what happens and see if it works for you. Not everyone likes them. Some people like to just wait and see when baby wakes up naturally, and if that works for you, that's okay. Some people like to try dream feeds. I think they're really useful for babies under 7 months as a general rule. If you're doing one and it works for you and your baby's older, then great, there's no issue to change it or be worried about it. But really all it is changing the time that your baby feeds, and that's being led by you. And people like it because it's before they go to bed. So that's the kind of reasoning behind the time of when you do it. As I said, it doesn't work for everyone. Now, if your baby struggles to self-settle or settle without a lot of intervention, you might find that dream feeds don't work for you, because what can happen is you wake baby up when you do the feed and then they can't get back to sleep, and then you have to go through the whole cycle of trying to resettle them again. So they work really well for babies who are fairly accustomed to falling asleep either by themselves or just with a little bit of input from you. But if you find you have a little one who needs a lot of input to get to sleep, then a dream feed might not help you. You will know if a dream feed's not working if your little one still wakes up again really soon after, so an hour or 2 hours after that dream feed, and then you think, well, actually, we could have just waited and seen when they wake up naturally. So the pros of a dream feed really work if it suits your baby, but if this is a technique that isn't going to suit your baby and the way that they sleep, then I don't think it's worth it for you. So hopefully that makes sense. But the idea behind it is we're just trying to manipulate that long chunk of sleep. And that's why people do it. That's why it can work really well. Some babies, it means they can then sleep through till 7 AM. And gives parents the confidence that they've had the milk that they need, and then they can sleep through. So babies under 7 months, some of them will really struggle without a night feed at all. Some of them are able to go through the night without a night feed. You will know because you know your baby, you're your baby's expert. So when it comes to feeding, it's really, really specific to you and your baby, and trust your instinct. We don't withhold feeds if we think that baby is hungry. But if you think that baby is on, off, and they're not actually feeding and you don't feel like it's something you can cope with anymore, then absolutely you revisit it and work on settling methods, work on a great routine, and potentially a dream feed might just work for you. So I hope all of that helps. Have a think about it. You can always try it. If it doesn't work, don't do it anymore. If it's not for you and the idea just makes you think, oh, don't want to wake my baby up, then don't do it. Don't feel pressurized to do anything that you don't want to do. Follow your own instincts and you will get there. Best of luck.